AITA for not wanting my mother-in-law to take care of my baby after she tried to breastfeed him?
My husband and I both work full-time and we have a 2-month-old. My mother-in-law comes to our house every weekday and watches him for free while we work. We're on week 3 of this arrangement since I went back to work after maternity leave. It's very kind of her to do this for our family and I appreciate it immensely. My baby is breastfed. I pump milk for her to give him during the day and he gets milk right from the source on evenings and weekends. He loves nursing and I do too. It's been a wonderful way for us to bond and a beautiful experience overall. Yesterday while I was at work, I opened the baby monitor app on my phone to check and see if my Mil was able to get him to take a nap in his crib.
She had been texting me saying he was crying really hard, so she was thinking about just holding him for a nap, so I wanted to check and see if he was okay and if she ended up just holding him. When I looked at the camera, Mil was holding him and she had her shirt up and he was latched onto her breast. I was shocked and horrified. I called her right away and she didn't answer, so I had to sit there and watch her attempt to breastfeed my baby. He was latched on, but obviously not getting any milk as my mother-in-law is not lactating. I called my husband at work, who eventually got a hold of her. Apparently the baby was crying so hard, and that was the only thing she could think of to calm him down enough to sleep. She breastfed all 4 of her children when they were babies, and it always calmed them down enough to sleep. She was mad that I had checked the camera and told him it was an invasion of privacy.
I don't want her watching my baby anymore. We can afford a nanny or daycare. When I told my Mil this, she freaked out and said I was being a bitch and she was just trying to calm the baby down and it wasn't a big deal. She says I'm taking her grandchild away from her and being unfair. My husband understands why I'm upset, but wants to give her another chance to watch the baby. He also doesn't want to spend the money to get a nanny or do daycare when she can care for a baby for free. Am I being unreasonable here? I'm so upset with her and just completely baffled at why she would do this that I never even want to see her again, let alone have her anywhere near my baby. I think I could possibly be the asshole for checking up on her through the camera and also for not wanting her to watch my baby anymore, even though that would mean spending extra money and taking away something she really seems to enjoy doing. AITA? NTA, I'm so shocked. Has she never heard of a pacifier? My mind would never go to breastfeeding another person's baby. I'd have a hard time facing her altogether.
NTA. That's creepy.
NTA, that is so beyond words inappropriate to me.
WTF was she thinking? Her judgment is highly suspect.
The fact that she defended herself by saying you invaded her privacy. And hello.
She's watching your kid and shouldn't be doing anything that requires living room privacy at that point. And that she doesn't even consider what she did as wrong clearly means she's not capable of safely
taking care of your child.
NTA.
No normal human tries to breastfeed a child they are entrusted to look after.
This is not healthy, sane behavior.
I would be concerned that she has other issues.
Her reaction is telling as well.
Again, a normal human would be supremely embarrassed and apologize. She may be lashing out because she's embarrassed, but it's not acceptable for her to swear at you.
Or gasp, be incensed that you used the baby monitor for its intended purpose. Edit.
I'm including responses I have written to some of the BB butt wet nursing crowd.
Because I'm not talking about wet nursing.
Or mutually agreed on co-nursing.
Those things are not relevant to the OP's culture or community.
It is bizarre that people are pointing out trends and practices that clearly do not apply to this
OP and her Mil.
This practice is not normal to the OP or her culture. Everyone keeps well AKKK-tooling as though that's a valid and relevant point.
It's not normal for a grown human to randomly start trying to breastfeed a child they have been entrusted to watch, combined with the Mil saying the baby is her own.
This all points to possible mental issues that render her judgment suspect at best, and she needs
help.
Again,
if this were normal behavior to OP's culture,
then this post would not exist.
And
because when talking about a specific situation, a person does not consider all other cultures. Lol. When discussing a disagreement about how to prepare steak, a person would not suddenly insist that the beliefs of a vegan be taken into account.
NTA. There is lots of ways to get a child to calm down.
That don't involve breastfeeding when it's not your child and you aren't lactating. She could have given him a soother or a bottle, or tried skin-to-skin contact. I actually think a sugar whiskey soother would be less disturbing than that.
That's legitimately horror movie, hand that rocks the cradle weird shit. NTA. And this story gave me majorly creepy vibes.
My skin is crawling. This is a perversion of what should be a bonding experience between a mother and her baby. And
literally no one else. Do not let this woman around your child.
NTA. And may I point you in the direction of this classic, incredibly relevant Dear Prudence letter.
I had to read this twice and yeah?
I'm kinda shocked. Info.
Did your mill somehow forgot that you have pumped breast milk in the house?
She could have just given the lil baby the bottle and cradled him?
Okay, that's enough Reddit for me today.
This is the most disturbing just normal I've ever read.
And it's not even on that sub.
Very much NTA. Op. I have to be honest, I'm a little freaked out. This is beyond weird and crosses into Mill needs therapy.
NTA. And trust your mama instincts. Get daycare.
NTA.
That is disgusting behavior.
You have a daycare problem though, for which I cannot think of a solution. NTA. My family knows I check the cameras constantly when they watch my son. Just because I want to, and I want to see him when I'm not with him.
It's not a big deal because they aren't doing anything wrong. There is something seriously wrong with your mill.
Do not under any circumstances leave your child alone with her again, at least until he can talk and tell you if she does something this fucked up again.
I would go full no contact over this and tell my husband to shove it. He is minimizing a super fucked up thing she did, and honestly I would be questioning why. Your child's safety is the most important thing.
NTA. Absolutely not. Never let that woman around your child again. So NTA.
This is so wrong on so many levels. You are upset because what she did was disturbing and upsetting. I would never ever let her be alone with any child.
She does not understand boundaries and acted extremely inappropriately. And doesn't even see what is wrong with her actions, which is almost as disturbing as her actions.
You would be justified to go and see, but that's going to involve your husband, and it doesn't sound like he's going to be on board. Work that out together.
But if she stays involved in your lives,
do not leave her alone with your kid, and do not let her act as a mother to your child in other ways that undermine you and cross boundaries. She is not the mother here, and she's willing to cross any line to get a chance to pretend to be you. She showed you who she is.
Don't ignore it and protect your kid. NTA. You would be if you let her watch him. Stand your ground, please.
NTA. This is
wild. I honestly was hoping this was made up, but that Dear Prudence link is giving me pause. I have taken care of many babies in my lifetime, and never would it have struck me to stick my boob in one's mouth to
soothe them, her.
NTA, with a side of WTF.
NTA. That is just wrong.
I don't care what reason she had.
If she ran out of ideas, she could have called to ask. Invasion of privacy. Are you kidding me? Your kid.
Your camera. Don't let her unsupervised with your kid until she can show she can follow your boundaries.
NTA.
I think I could possibly be the asshole for checking up on her through the camera. You put the camera for something. Taking care of your baby.
And that's exactly what you used it for.
Am I being unreasonable here?
Absolutely not.
It's completely reasonable to be mad about what happened.
Thought.
I would give your Mill another opportunity as her intention wasn't really a bad one.
She just doesn't thought too much about it. In case she redoes it, then I would sadly have to get a nanny.
NTA. Sidestepping my initial shock at your Mill blatant disregard of boundaries.
Having a camera in your own house to check on your own child is not a violation of privacy. Especially if she knew the camera was there. You have absolutely reasonable and valid reasons why you don't want your Mill watching your child.
Honestly, I'm shocked your husband is prioritizing money over the well-being of you and your baby. I mean, if she's willing to do that, then completely disregard your feelings on it. How could you possibly trust her to do anything? I'm so sorry you're having to deal with this.
I think you're handling it much calmer than I would have. Good luck.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.